Dear Dr. Webb.
Dear Dr. Webb.
Dear Dr.
Dear
Webb.
Dr. Webb.
Dear Dr. Webb.
We would like to tell you
We would like to tell you
How grateful
we are
and how much we care
and how
about
much
you.
we care about you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no question that in Dr. Webb is something very powerful. You see a teacher, you see a friend, you see an adventurer who inspired you to be something better than yourself. You see the whole history of Meredith College, and you see a hero.
Dr. Webb, words will never be able to express my gratitude to you. I thank you for San Sepulcro. I would never have seen it without you. I thank you for Firenze and the steps to the top of the Duomo. I thank you for Verona and the chance to see Juliet's balcony. Every time I teach Romeo and Juliet, I tell of the gum-covered wall. Dr. Webb, I thank you for Cinque Terre and that leaning tower that really leans. I thank you for Gimmelwald and a snowball fight in the Alps in June. I thank you for Munich and the chance to see Dachau. Every time I teach night, I show the pictures and try to capture the solemnity of the experience. I thank you for study abroad, an experience that drastically changed my life.
As a student, I remember Dr. Webb talking about setting hearts and minds on fire, and she certainly did that with me. I also remember that I followed her every word. Once in class, she said a very offhand comment that the best thing an English teacher who was really good in English could do was to take a class in which she knew she would do really poorly. The next semester, I found myself auditing modern dance. I did learn how it feels to be the very last in the class, Betty, and you know what? It really did help. Even your throwaway comments are gold. In many ways, I have been your student the very longest. Thanks for being there. It's been a great ride.
My favorite memory of you is my senior year, after you had already convinced Emily and me to go to Ireland after we graduated. We decided that we wanted to take your Irish literature class, but being the last semester of our senior year, neither of us wanted to do too much extra work since we already had all of our literature requirements in. This was an extra class. You fought for us to be able to take that class. You argued on our behalf that at an institute of higher learning, one should be able to learn for learning's sake and not for the sake of a grade. Thank you very much, Dr. Webb. I appreciate all of the support.
There are too many memories I have with Betty Webb to name just one, but I can easily say that my life would be completely different had she not been there to guide me through Europe in the summer of 2005. The knowledge and confidence she gave me as a traveler has led me to make my life in London, a city that's near and dear to both our hearts. But beyond any specific skills Dr. Webb has given me, the thing that I'm most grateful for is her supreme belief in me. I can honestly say that no one person's belief in me has been more important than that of Betty Webb. And our relationship may have started as student and teacher, but we are now friends, and I'm extremely lucky to have a woman with the class, the charm, and the experience of Betty Webb as a friend.
I'll never forget the 16 weeks I spent there with you and John Rose in the Palazzo Alberti, attempting to say like as few times as possible and spending a whole week celebrating my birthday. I'm here now in South Africa, living my dream of studying abroad here. I did it. No, we did it, because if it weren't for your support, I wouldn't be here. You know how I get all emotional like you, so I'm going to stop. But thank you, Dr. Webb, for your endless love and support these past few years.
I remember it was in maybe the first couple of weeks of being in San Sepulcro. I was feeling really bad and depressed. I remember going to your apartment because you told me if it's anything that I needed or if I ever needed to talk to you, to come and talk to you. We sat and talked for over maybe an hour. It was more so me crying and you giving me words of encouragement. I remember before I left, you gave me the tightest hug that I think I ever got in my life, but it couldn't have came at a better time. It was right on time. I just wanted to let you know that I am so blessed to have someone like you in my life, and thank you for everything that you have done for me.
There are so many memories, starting back with study abroad and continuing through graduation. When I look back through my pictures, I remembered our early morning walk in San Sepulcro, swimming in the English Channel, and enjoying tea at your home in Bath. Almost 2 years later, I would be sitting at your home in Raleigh, painfully etching out a thesis on Lillian Hellman. I bet you remember that. I especially recall the one day I was sitting at your table and you brought in Indian food to share. It was special, and I know that I'll never be able to fully repay you for those months, but thank you.
This is your time to sit back and relax and enjoy all that comes to you. You are truly a wonderful and fascinating woman.
So, Dr. Webb, I wish you the best of luck.
I wish you and John Rose the best.
I wish her the best of luck in her retirement, though I'm pretty sure it won't mean slowing down or an end to helping young women find their way in the world.
You have worked so hard to get where you are now and inspiring girls all over Meredith's campus.
Thank you for your years of service to the Meredith community and to me.
So, Dr. Webb, thank you very much for everything you've done for me and the rest of the students at Meredith.
Enjoy your retirement and stay in touch. And at some point in the near future, if we're ever on the same continent, I owe you a spot of tea.